بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربنا افتح بيننا وبين قومنا بالحق وأنت خير الفاتحين. أما بعد, my dear respected elders and brothers, السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. You still hungry? السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Now you are okay. Alhamdulillah. Now I got the message because they used to give me a very soft and comfy cushion to sit on, to speak as long as I want. They didn't provide it today, just to send me a message, please be short, be brief. So I got the message, alhamdulillah. Last week I actually kept you guys hostages until almost Isha time. So today inshallah I'm not going to do the same thing. I promise inshallah. Rasulullah sallallahu what do you want, man? Okay, it's your fault. All the blame goes to him, okay? Rasulullah sallallahu raised a generation of genius people, the Sahaba. Those genius, professional believers used to call each other and ينادوا بعضهم بعضا. They call, come, I need you, I need to talk to you. Come, I need to talk to you. Not about business. They would call out each other and say, هيا بنا نؤمن ساعة. It took me really long time to understand this statement. Come, let's sit down, revive our iman for an hour. Man, we have been losing, fading. Our iman has been fading away. And if we don't stop right now and revive our iman, it will go away. And that's a disaster. Once your iman, your faith goes away, then your value also go away. You have nothing left. Because the only thing that keep us standing, keep us, keep us like special, keep us alive, to be honest, keep us alive is this iman that we have. And most of the time we take this for granted. I am a Muslim, I have a Muslim name, I have a Muslim family, I have a Muslim wife, so what else I need? I memorize some Quran, so I'm okay, no harm. But indeed, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the best believer, was advised by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to do what? To look after his iman and stay in the company of those believers who remind him of Allah and keep always kind of talking about this iman and keep always discussing this particular topic. Otherwise, he will end up following those corrupt people, corrupt-hearted people, and he will go far away from the right path. If this is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what about us? And al-iman, as Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, يخلق كما يخلق الثوب. جددوا إيمانكم فإنه يخلق كما يخلق الثوب. Revive, renovate, renew your iman because it wears out just like any clothes you put on. The more you put it on, then it will start wearing out. So one day it becomes old and it will be, worn out and you can't use it anymore. So your iman has to do the same thing. One of the things that connect us with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala very strongly, which is one of the neglected sunnahs of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and actually this is probably one of the amazing tools that we have in our hands and we hardly use it. We hardly use it. We go out and complain, but we hardly think about this tool that we have in our hand. And it's available for everyone. Everyone can use this tool, this key, to open the locked doors. This is Salatul Hajjah. When was the last time you have prayed Salatul Hajjah? Hajjah means need, urgent need, essential need. When did you stand up in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and say, I need to pass this exam, I need to get this house, I need to get this job, I need to be accepted in this, this employment, I need to marry this woman, I need to this, I need to do that. I'm going to stand up and offer Salatul Hajjah, stand in front of Allah and pray Salatul Hajjah. I will tell you how you do it, but let me just share you a life story that I myself was part of this story. one of my colleagues who was a student at the medicine school. I was a student in the Sharia school in Al-Azhar University, and he was a student at the medicine school. And in Egypt, I'm talking about a culture probably different from this culture. Everyone has to be independent. And if you don't work, if you don't earn your own living, there is no other option except to die. Just die of hunger. Okay, no support, no pension, no benefit, nothing. And one of the most sought after dreams of all young ones is to become a doctor or an engineer, so you can get a decent job, and then you can have a decent income and you can support yourself and your family. This student was a very hard-working, poor student who come from a very poor family, and his family sacrificed everything for him to study medicine and to become a doctor and get a good job and earn his own living and support himself and his family. And because he was a very hard-working student, used to work really, really very hard, he used to achieve very high grades at his college, A++, excellent. And he has to, if he wants to secure a job at university to become a doctor and get a scholarship to do his PhD and to become like, a professor and then a lecturer and then become a very, like a specialist doctor, he has to get excellent every single year. Study for 5 years, and every single year he has to achieve excellent. He used to do that, get excellent, A+, all his grades A+, in the first 4 years. In his final year, 5th year, something happened on the day of exam. And exams in Egypt, I'm talking about Egypt, is nothing but nightmare. Sitting exam is just like meeting the angel of death. Both are the same thing. So he was going to the exam, and subhanallah, every day before he goes to exam, he stand up and prays Salatul Hajj. On this particular day, it was a very, very critical exam in biology, or one of the main subjects of his study. He actually had an unexpected accident, and he couldn't make it to the exam. He was absent from exam. And the norm at that time, if a student doesn't sit exam, every student has a student number, and they sit in order. So student number 1 sits down the first one, and then after him student number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and so on. So if student number 3 is absent, when they collect all the exam papers, in his spot or in his place, they put an empty paper. So this is student number 1, his exam paper, and then student number 3, they just put a blank sheet, but they still put the student number. This is supposed to be student number 3, for example. So he missed the exam, and he believed that he cannot pass because this is one major exam. He failed the exam definitely for sure. And then failing the exam means that he lost his opportunity to get an employment at university. He lost his opportunity to become a doctor. He lost his opportunity to have an income. He lost opportunity to have a good future in his life. All gone just because of something out of his hand. And then, he didn't care much about, the result, because he knew that he's going to fail anyway. He lost this exam. But subhanallah, on the day of the exam result, his friends contacted him, congratulating him, and said, yes, congratulations, man. You did it again, you get excellent. He said, what? No way. I failed the exam. I didn't attend the exam. One of the major exams I was absent. He went to the professor who was teaching this subject, and he said, well, somebody like me must be very excited and very happy, but I can't let go of it. You must have done a mistake, and you have given this grade to me by mistake because I did not attend the exam and I must get 0, and you have given me in your subject, you give me A+. How is it? I didn't even attend the exam. He said, yes, I know you didn't attend the exam. Yes, I know that you should have 0. You should get 0, but I give you A+. He said, what? I said, I will tell you the story. He said, do you know how old I am? He said, I don't know. He said, I'm 50 years old. I've been married for the last 30 years. Me and my wife tried everything to get a child. And we all the time we failed. And I was sitting marking the exam papers. And then my wife was, was sick in this morning. And I couldn't go with her to the doctor. And I said, you go. And I'm going to come. I'm going to have a lot of work to do. She was at her doctor and she contacted me. He said, guess what? He said, what? He said, I am pregnant. He couldn't believe himself. What? 30 years married. And we never even dreamed to have a child after this long time. She said, I confirm I'm pregnant and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with a baby. He said, what a good news. Wallahi, the upcoming paper must get A+. And it was your paper. And I see only your name blank. I give you A+. أنت تريد والله يريد والله يفعل ما يريد. You want something and Allah wants something else, and whatever Allah wants will take place, definitely. See? This is the plan of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is Salatul Hajjah. When you pray Salatul Hajjah and you believe in it, you know what? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the key holder. Who else got the keys? كل من بيده ملكوت السماوات والأرض. كل من بيده ملكوت السماوات والأرض. Ask this question. Who actually controls the whole entire universe, the earth and the universe? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. كل من يجير ولا يجار عليه. Who commands and no one commands him? Who gives the command? It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No one else. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. بيده خزائن السماوات والأرض. In his hand, the treasures, the wealth of the earth and the universe. It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if you go and knock at the door of anyone else, you are actually going to the wrong spot. You are going to the wrong spot. You are targeting the wrong one. You are actually going to a wrong direction. You should target Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and call him first, and Allah will open you doors that you never ever imagined. Recently I read a story, when I visited the Facebook by mistake. I do have one account on the Facebook and one fake account. Somebody made it for me. I don't know why. But anyway, so if you see me on the Facebook active, it is not me, somebody else. Fake name. So there was a nice story, just happened recently. Was a rich lady who was kind of, fascinated with the followers, blockbusters or influencer. And she used to post on the Facebook everything she does. And this is very common even among the Muslim countries, Muslim families, which is very bad. Al-buyutu asrar. Houses, whatever happened in the household is a secret. Al-majalisu amana. When you get together and talk, this is amana. You're not supposed to go and talk. Subhanallah. People post on the Facebook, on the TikTok, or on the Instagram every few seconds. I went to the toilet 5 minutes ago. I went out of the toilet 2 minutes ago. It was really very hard inside the toilet. What that to do with us? I mean, why we have to listen to Anyway, the lady bought a new dress. Young lady brought a new dress. Put it on, took a picture of herself, and she sent a photo to one of her friends to ask her, what do you think of this dress? Is it suitable for tonight's party? I'm going to a party tonight, a wedding party, whatever, and I want to put on this dress. What do you think? She waited for a while and she received the response. The response was another photo of 5 children putting their thumbs up like that, and a father, standing behind those 5 children, and the message under this photo says, sorry, young lady, you sent the message to a wrong number, but in my place here, I myself and my 6 children assure you that you look amazing in this dress. You should put it on when you go to the party tonight. She was happy, a compliment, and all women like the compliment, of course, she is in her 70s, and when you tell her, how amazing you are, you look like in your 20s, she flies in the sky, all right? So she liked it, and she posted on her Facebook page as well. So her friends checked the photo, and they said, they commented in the photo, and they said, but we can see in the photo only 5 children. And he said 6 children. He said, on behalf of myself and my 6 children. We like the photo, we like the dress. It's amazing, it's beautiful. Put it on when you go to the... Where is the 6th child? She sent back again to the same person, you know, who received the message by mistake. It was a wrong number. And she asked him, you said in your photo, in your message, you got 6 children. And you only, you know, I can see only yourself, and I can see your 5 children, but I don't see your wife and your 6th child. He said, yes, he can't be there in the photo because he is in the hospital. He got cancer and his mom is always there to look after him. And unfortunately, he cannot get out of the hospital because he needs an urgent surgery that will cost me $10,000 and I don't have this money. She took the message, put it back again, and all those people who liked her photo with the dress liked the same photo of this man and his 5 children, and they initiated a campaign to raise funds to help this poor dad. And subhanallah, they managed within 24 hours to raise $33,000 for this man and his child. They gave him the money, he paid for the surgery, and he paid all of his debts, and his child, subhanallah, within 1 week he was out of the hospital, full recovered. Allahu Akbar. Sending a message by mistake. This was a plan of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Tell me who actually controlled her finger when she was putting the number, and he made her to put a wrong number. Subhanallah. Subhanallah. You put a wrong number, so the message goes to this man, so this man comment this way, and again, subhanallah, all of this happened because Allah has a plan for the sick child to be treated and to be recovered and to get out of the hospital. Subhanallah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has a plan, and you have a plan, and you should trust Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala plan, and only you prove your trust to Allah's plan when you put your needs in front of Allah and read Salatul Haja whenever you need something from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One other thing, subhanallah, happened back in the time. Let's rewind or wind back the clock few hundred years back. Al-Ma'mun was the Khalifa, and he put somebody who was a political opposition leader in his time. He put him in prison, and he wanted to execute him. His advisor said, if you keep this man alive in prison, then one day he's going to come out of the prison and he's going to challenge you. So you better just execute him, kill him. So he used to have a stamp, special stamp for the Khalifa. So he wrote a message to the, general in charge, who is in charge of the prison, yu'dam. Yu'dam. One word, yu'dam. He wrote the message and he sent it to him. The message arrived, before morning. The person in charge, the officer in charge of the prison, open up, unfold the message. The message back in the time they used to scroll it like that. And when he unfolded, he said, Yufraj. Yufraj means let him go. He let him go. And then in midday, he contacted, he asked, what happened to the prisoner? He said, I did what you said, my king. He said, what did you do? I let him go. Stupid. I send you a message to say, kill him. He said, La ilaha illallah. I read it. Yufraj. Let him go. Okay. He said, no, don't worry. I can catch him again. Send other police officer. He got arrested, put him in prison. And then the same night, the Khalifa sent the same message again. He wrote the same message. And, following day, he checked on him. Where is the prisoner? He's at home. Why? I sent you a message. Yu'dam. He said, Wallahi, I read the message. Yufraj. Show me the message. He read it. Yufraj. Okay. How come I made this mistake? There's 2 different words. And then he arrested him for the 3rd time. And he sent him a message for the 3rd time. And the man went back home for the 3rd time. And then he asked him, what happened? He said, well, you have sent me a message. Yufraj. Let him go. He said, show me the message. He said, he read it. He said, Wallahi, I wrote it by my own hands. 3 times. Yu'dam. He must be killed. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala changed the writing. Changed the writing. Subhanallah. And by the time it goes to you, the writing, the word they change it to yufraj, subhanallah. What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants must happen. He said, Wallahi, if I tried 100 times, 1,000 times to kill him, I'm not going to do that. And he brought the man in front of him and he said, tell me your secret. Why? I could have easily killed you because I've killed many people before you. You're just a prisoner. He said, Wallahi, لا أنام ليلة. I never go to sleep قبل أن أضع بين يدي ربي كل حاجتي. Before I place before my Lord, my Master, all what I need. Ya Allah, this is what I need. And no one else can fulfill what I need except you. Yes, I will do what I have to do, but what is going on in the background is the job of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that only happen, this only happen if you really truly have this faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you have a shaken faith, and if you have this, this level of uncertainty, I'm not sure, okay, the imam in the masjid said something, I'm not sure if it's going to work or not. Okay, let me just give it a go. If you just give it a go, then it will never work. Why? Because this very, very, very thin line between certainty and uncertainty, al-yaqeen wa shak, is going to make a big difference between the result. It is just a thread, a line, a very thin line between those two meanings that will make a big difference. Subhanallah. One day, subhanallah, Rasulullah was talking to the people about ma'u zamzam. He said, ma'u zamzam lima shuriba lah. Whatever you do, whatever dua you make when you drink the zamzam water, Allah will fulfill you. So he was making fun of it. He said, really, truly, is it gonna work? He said, okay, if this is gonna be, if this is true, let this water become fire in my stomach. Make it fire in my stomach. Subhanallah. He just gulped the water in his stomach, and he subhanallah start feeling fever, and his body all caught fire, come from nowhere. He was on fire, and the people brought him off, subhanallah, before he died. He was making fun of what is being told. I mean, because he doesn't have iman in it. He said, I can't believe that this water is just a water. How is it possible for this water to do these miracles? Yes, it can do these miracles. It can happen like that, subhanallah. If you have this faith, Allah can make it happen. Allah can make it work. But you have to have this confidence and trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is going to happen only and exclusively when you have genuine, true faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When Suraqa was following Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he was about to arrest him, subhanallah, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was almost going to die. He is almost about to be killed. But he has faith in Allah. He said to Suraqa, you know what? One day, he said, I will let you go, but I promise you one thing, as a reward. You're going to lose the reward of people of Mecca to catch me and to arrest me and my friend. But something else, I'm going to give you a reward, something else. Better than the 100 camel. He said, what that? He said, I give you the bracelets of Kisra, Caesar, the king of Persia, the most powerful king at his time. He said, somebody is running away by his life. He cannot even afford to feed himself a meal. And he said, I promise you, you're going to wear the siwar, the bangles of Kisra that he used to put on in his hand. The most expensive piece of jewelry on the face of earth, I'm going to give it to you. First, you don't own them. Second, how come you expect yourself to invade this empire and, capture the king and take his jewelry and give it to me? It's impossible. But because Rasulullah has iman, true faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, within almost 15 years from this time, almost 15 years, Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu was the Khalifa, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala assisted him to conquer Persia at that time, and subhanallah took control of this land, and some of the the ghanaim, the spoils of war that came back to him, include these bangles of Kisra. He called out for Suraqa, where are you, Suraqa? Come here. What did Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam promise you? He said, promise me the bangles of Kisra. He said, here you go, this is for you. After 15 years, the promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was fulfilled. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't break his promise. How do I say, I read Salatul Haja, the prayer of need. You make a rightful wudu, okay, don't waste water, and wash yourself properly, and stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you have to have a lot of focus. So, sorry, I know it's very hard and very difficult, this is very challenging. Making wudu is not very challenging, but the point after making wudu is to keep the phone, the cell phone, far away from you. Don't reach your phone for half an hour, so you get some kind of reset to your mind. I know this is the most difficult part in our life, but anyway, just try to sacrifice your phone for a while. Stand in front of Allah, focus and concentrate. Finish the 2 rak'at. Don't think about anything except the prayer. And after you finish, put your hands up and say, La ilaha illallah al-halim al-kareem. La ilaha illallah rabbul arsh al-azim. Allahumma inni as'aluka mujibati rahmatik wa azaim maghfiratik wa salamata min kulli ith wal ghanimata min kulli bir wal fawza bil jannah wal najata min an-nar. Allahumma qdi hajati illa qudiyat hajatuk. Whatever he needs, I know it's quite long dua. I will put it on the group so you guys can read it over. And wallahi, if you really truly believe in that, Allah will open doors to you that you will never ever imagine this door will open. Why? Again, because of one single particular reason, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala holds the keys for everything. All the keys for all doors are in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you cannot get what Allah possesses until Allah gives permission for this to happen. You cannot twist Allah's hand or force him to get what you want. Allah has to be happy with that first to give it. You do your part again. Okay, don't pray Salatul Haja and don't go to work. Ya Allah, I need $1,000 to pay the rent and buy grocery this week, but I don't feel like to go to work. Here you go, I'm going to pray Salatul Haja and $1,000 will be credited into my account. Okay, check my look. Check my bank, nothing there. Doesn't look real. Check again. It's not going to work like that. You do your part and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make things happen. So these are the things that you need to take note of. Salatul Haja, your trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah has another plan to do things different from my plan and your plan. And Allah's plan is always the one that takes place, not my own plan or your own plan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us successful, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us and our families and put a lot of barakah in our lives and in our next generations. Allahumma ameen. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. اللهم عافنا واعف عنا وتب علينا وسامحنا واغفر ذنوبنا واستر عيوبنا وتولى أمرنا يا رب العالمين. اللهم إنا نسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى. اللهم ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين وجزاكم الله خيرا.